Push in the center. I think something changed on here. I've not been on for a bit, so I think something's been changed. Let's go here. Take this. In my queen. It's got a pawn. Bishop takes. We take, takes, get the knights, I suppose. That's a good thing. There's a continuation what I just saw in my head there. We didn't take and we went like this. Bishop's still there, then he could just drop here. Or I've not been too fancy. Other move the knight. I've just given up my knight. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Ten and do. Warm-up games. Mentioned feeling a bit flat with my games lately. Not got the get up and go type maneuvers going. I'm making moves, but I'm still not feeling I'm doing proper supporting or actually just putting them in the correct positions. Strange that. But you go through these sort of plateaus and ups and downs in chess, so I'm used to it now. It's strange because you think, well, you've been playing for so long, how is it that you still get into these funks? Push here. Stopping the knight from jumping here, I suppose. Hit the pawn and the knight. Take. The queen. Rude. So he's got to check on our king, so we've got to be very careful. Let's move it onto a dark square. Got this. Oh my Gideon. He's going for it anyway. He's going for it anyway, so I'm going to move it out of this line. Because he's wanting to do this. Still going for it. And then go. Lights out. Get the bishop out. It's a bit of a slow start for me. Let's hit this center pawn. Take it. Take the queen. Castle. Yeah. Need to do the bishop blocker. Let's get the bishop out. Like they're dancing with the king. Oh, they are as well. The knight here. We'll check on the king. Doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. It's one of those. I'm going to attack the knight. Double the rooks. Do we have time? On the king, he just drops the pawn. Okay, let's try and double the rooks if we can. I'm actually going to... I'm gonna have to take it. Chance to double. I know the bishop's protecting there anyway. Still drops the pawn, but we do have 2 on there. Just he can bring the knight back. The knight is there, sorry, protecting. If we go there, he's going to block. So what's this knight doing? Oh, okay. Get the bishop off the board. No, rook check. He's coming down here. Take the, oh, can take the knight. What am I doing? Yes. Oh, okay. Training time. Let's go for some rapid games, 10-minute. Feeling a little bit flat with my games as of late. I need to try and get back into the zone. It's castle. Let's open up the white square bishop. Take this pawn. I think we're going to x-ray through to the queen. Tempting to just attack the bishop. Let's bring rook out, get the bishop here. Not giving us time to do any of that. We could take this pawn because if he takes back, we take the queen. He does take our knight. Take first. They're moving quick, like they've got something sewn up. Okay, let's move the knight. We don't need to take. The king can take. Would hit the knight. Takes. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Take. Yeah, they're moving like they've got it all sewn up. It's like a set play thing, isn't it? Got 2 on there. Rook comes to defend. Bishop comes down. Defends. Comes across. It's got the pawn here, so it's going to be hitting the knight. It's giving us a pawn, but he's just wanting us to move so he can actually get there. So we may as well do this. So the bishop can get a 2-on-1 here. Maybe fed up now and just take the pawn with the queen. Not doing that just yet. Go for the bishop. Take. Going down for the knight, hitting the rook. All sorts of stuff. Yeah, let's do this. Move the knight in. The queen. Take with the queen or the bishop. Take with the bishop. Then we can take the rook. With a check on the king. Something's giving me a bit of a queen's coming here, isn't it? Got a pawn. Been a bit too quick for me. Ten and do. Capture this pawn. Let's get the knight up here. I think I'll get back into some long games, practicing for eventually a league game. We've had like 2 buys, our team has, so we're not getting the practicing over the board. I might have to go and do an internal game or 2, get the practice in. What do we have here? Let's just push this pawn, supporting the pawn. Might as well see if we go for the exchange of the queens. They might be interested. They might leave it because they want to develop their piece. Okay, playing special. Okay, yes, probably a mouse slip. Is castling queenside? It's not castling queenside, so it wasn't a mouse slip. Let's take. X-ray through to the king. Take. Cause a bit of damage to the pawn structure. So, I think we have time to bring the knight over. It's just that, you know, we move the knight and attack the pawn and the bishop. Bishop's coming back to defend the pawn. And everybody's happy. Not actually doing that. I'm going to get the free pawn. Oh, I should really take that bishop off the board, but I'm going to take the free pawn because we're on a higher piece. We are also on the other bishop. So the king can't castle. Let's castle ourselves. Moving. King's not moving. Going to X-ray through to the king. Get a knight or a bishop. Ooh, okay, maybe not then. See, his knight can just take this pawn. Okay, let's hit. Because this rook doesn't have any defense on, so we'll just have to take the rook. I think it'll take the pawn. Well, if it does take the pawn, we get the knight. Got two pieces under attack, because we'll be able to take the rook. Oh, it's moved, but how many take-backs does he want? I think he's realised something. Okay, I'll do whatever he's doing. Take the knight. I don't know if that was better or worse for them. Block with the bishop. For me, I think it was worse for them. The down. Get the knight out. Any check on the king. Come round for the bishop. Does it change? Is it better? What they're doing? Through to the center. Let's attack the pawn. Again, hit the center pawn, trying to obliterate the center. Okay, started the action. Let's get bishop out. Might be two out, really. Okay, they're not caring about that. They're going for pawn pushing. Castle. Tiny little bits of spaces here, maybe. Maybe we can do something. A long way off yet. Let's get the knight supporting. I'm hoping to get this bishop out, but it doesn't have much. I think this looks nice. It looks a bit congested at the minute around here. For the dark squares. Attacking the bishop's got no protection. Keep the diagonal or squeeze it here. Queen's got nice power base here. And bring the bishop here. Keep this diagonal. It's hitting the queen. I wanted these white squares. Looks like he's making the effort to probably queenside castle. Has he just captured something? Take with the bishop. Don't want the rook in the centre. Back the bishop. Back. We do have like a 2-on-1, but he's got 2-on-1 protection with the bishop. We could make it a 3-on-1 with bringing the bishop here. Queen here, sorry. Or is there a better move? Knight could attack knight. Hit the bishop. Looks a bit jammed in. But he can take the knight off the board. If we did do that, probably takes. We take with a check on the king, but then the queen's in there. Which one do we want to do? Back the bishop. Back the knight. Bring the queen here for a 3-on-1. Can always just push the pawn down. Then we can still attack the bishop. I think this one feels safer-ish because the other ones seem to give them a better position. Or it doesn't look like it disrupts them too much, whereas this one looks like it might disrupt them a little bit more. Oh, he must have gone for the capture. The check on the king. Got the 2-on-1 still, so we can take with the bishop, but we are opening the rook. Let's be mindful. A rook here, doubling onto the bishop. Take the pawn first. Bit wary about opening up the rook. Okay, come here, come here. Queen's getting in. Like we said, we will be able to take because the bishop can't take back. So the knight can move because it's not got anything blocking it. Probably going to attack our queen. Not doing that. for castling anyway. Support the bishop. And get rook exchange. Going for the pawn is defended by the rook, but I think they're thinking that if some exchange of the rooks was happening here, we would lose the pawn. But it looks like they've landed on the bishop. Captures anyway. Capture back. That looks like it's going to be checkmate. I was going to do a bigger session, but it looks like not doing too bad. Don't want to overdo it. Take this. Get the knight out. We take the pawn. Bishop looks like it wants to get a little bit in the game. Bring it out. Attacking the bishop's got no protection at the moment. Bring it here. I might have to castle queen side, you know. See? A lot of air. Queen's in. Let's take the queen off the board. A lot of these are happening, aren't they? Queen's inadvertently being snapped up. Let's take this pawn, it's got no protection. Open up the dark squared bishop. It's in, let's take the knight off the board. We can afford to trade down now. The bishop here. Excuse me. Can bring the queen here. Going to escape. Excuse me. Dust. Back, he can escape on the white squares. Hit the white square. Can we stop them from escaping? I'm gonna go with this one momentarily. Gonna have to get more pieces in, aren't I? Knight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more pieces in. Get the team in. Our castle. Castle. Shower castle. Queens. I'm gonna be brave. Oh, what the? Well, at least the king's protecting the pawn, but I didn't drag it far enough over. Ugh. Just what you need when you're supposedly in an advantageous situation. Continue with the knight move. It's got a nice spot here. King's going to do a panic move here. Hasn't done that. Put the check on and get the rook. Nothing better, there's no checkmatey thing, so I'm gonna take, don't get it for free obviously, the bishop's going to get happy. Can't quite get the bishop off the board with the check. Not take him. Take the bishop. Or king moves. I think we can afford to trade. Let's just take these pieces off the board.